This is going to be the first stage in my trip around the world in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The first stage is going to be from my home city of Bucharest to Istanbul. We're going to fly to the older Ataturk Airport. The new airport is not in the simulator, but Ataturk is fine because he was a great man. We like Ataturk. And then to the west basically, but not straight. Second stage to Antalya, and then probably I'm going to go Antalya to Cairo, but not straight because it's just across the water, so super boring. Probably via Cyprus to Jerusalem, maybe Beirut, Jerusalem, and then to Cairo where we have some sightseeing to do. So yeah, and then west. I'm going to use as much as possible real weather, the time, real time if possible, because obviously I have no intention of flying at night because that would be stupid. And that's that. Today we're going to fly the mighty Taifun, great little aircraft, a great model. Other than that, in the future probably the 104 for longer hauls because it's super fast. And we'll see. We'll change aircraft. I don't want to get bored. And the Taifun is pretty slow, not very slow, but you know, 300 kilometers cruise or something like that. Not super fast. I'm going to do a cold start for today. I don't know if I'm going to do that every time, but the Taifun is super easy to start. As you'll see, it takes like 30 seconds to start the plane. Just need to give it fuel and start the engine. That's pretty much it. Now let me recenter the view. Okay, we have the wings folded. I'm going to show you from the outside. Yeah, it's a great little bird. Super nice plane. Built in the 30s, you wouldn't say that, but yeah, it looks great. Yeah, let's unfold the wings, which is animated. I should have changed the pilot model, but we'll leave it like this for now. And we're going to take the curtains off because, you know, we don't mind the sun. Let's get some 10. This is animated too. So to start the engine, just feed it fuel. I think this is on. Yeah, main fuel tank. We need to prime it. Throttle 1 inch forward. And yeah. And magnetos, obviously. Magnetos on. Prop pitch. Fine. Okay. That should be it. And brake. Okay, so that's that. Super easy to start. I'm using this add-on as my main map, Skyforcing. This is a great little map. I like this. It's great. Non-obstructive, just works. And you have more than one map types. So I'm going to do a 5-plan here too. Okay. And to Istanbul. I'm not sure where airport is. This is it, I think. Yeah. This is like 400 kilometers, so it should be 1 hour. I will, of course, fast forward at times. I don't know if I should bother with the radio. Let's talk with the tower. East, I think.
Otopini ground Corn 15 with Alpha request taxi for takeoff east departure.
No, I don't know. Okay, so I have to go that way.
Taxiing, hold short runway 08 right via taxiway India Alpha Corn 15.
I am not big on procedures, so the ground model, like most planes in a Microsoft Flight Simulator, because I think it's the game engine problem. It's weird. For this plane, it's not even as bad. The 109, which I will probably fly at some point during this trip around the world, it's super weird. I never saw the 109 modeled like that in any flight simulator, so I highly doubt that this is the only one that gets it right. It's probably just wrong. Not as bad with the tricycle planes. The tail draggers are terrible. The ground handling in general is terrible. So to hold short, but I don't care really.
Tower Corn 15 ready for east departure at runway 08 right.
This is what the tower does, annoy you.
Cleared for takeoff runway 08 right, Corn 15.
We'll just keep going. I don't really care, so. Turns to the left, which is correct, but it doesn't roll like stupid, which is, I think, correct. Did not bother with flaps. This plane does have a retractable landing gear. You can see here, super nice model. I look from the outside through the window, can see the texture is great. This is not the stock airport. It's a mod. Unfortunately, the creator died. But yeah, people still use it. It looks pretty good, as you can see. Also have modded the city with the photogrammetry, so we're not going to fly super close. Let me reduce the prop pitch here. This is I think a DB 600 series engine. I am not sure really, but I think so. So we're going to fly in the 0.81 ATA range. Has automatic mixture, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh man, shut up, man. Yeah, it's
Tower
fine.
Corn 15 frequency change.
I'm going to turn out the radio because it's just annoying. So for the first time I installed the photogrammetry mod for Bucharest on a mechanical hard drive. Never did it before. This is the first time I fly using this mod, so I don't know how it will work. Hopefully fine. Yeah, we have here the Banasa Airport, which is mainly non-functional because a lot of stuff happened with this terrain. A lot of people made a lot of money selling terrain for building houses and offices, and now yeah, it can be used because you know, planes make noise. So yeah, great stuff. This is generated, I think. Yeah, not photogrammetry yet. I think near the water. This is photogrammetry. Yeah. Dropping the RPM here. Yeah, I can see some loading. I don't know if this is because of the hard drive thing. Entirely possible. I have some frame drops too. Maybe not the best idea, but I wanted to check it out. This is the National Stadium. I live in this area, near the stadium somewhat. Let's check the People's House. This is the People's House. The stupid building. Ah, and we have the new cathedral, which is under construction still. Yeah, it doesn't look bad really. Not bad. Definitely some frame drops. This is Obor, I think. Yeah. And this is the biggest market in Bucharest. Piața Obor. Check out the stadium. Looks very good. And I live around here in that intersection. I go to this park every day near the water. Yeah, looks. So we're back. What happens is that OBS froze for some reason, so I lost everything but the first 15 minutes of the trip, which is fine. And then the game crashed when I was near Varna, and I had to relaunch everything, and then I noticed that OBS crashed. So yeah, now we're close to Istanbul, just getting over the first of the bridges from Europe to Asia. You can see the Istanbul skyline there. And now I was in a bit of a hurry because if you look at the watch, it's 18:12, and I had a game starting at 18:30. Liverpool played in the first stage of Premier League today. And so I was in a hurry, just went directly to the airport. I skipped any sightseeing. I'm going to do that in a separate video, I think. A lot of traffic on the Bosphore, probably from some mods. And I think that's actually a tugboat. I'm not sure if it tugs the big boat. It would be cool if it did. This is a huge city. You can see the modern part with the skyscrapers. I was looking for the Galata Tower here. A very interesting city to visit. I would not like to live here, but nice to visit. See that this bridge has actually some cool lights at night. It's really big. The sense of scale in games is screwed up, but this is a huge bridge. I think this is also added by some mod. You can see the texture on the terrain, which is wrong at the end of the bridge. So I think this is a mod. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Huge city. I don't know how big it is. Might be in the tens of millions of people living here. The historical area is spectacular. With the mosques and Hagia Sophia and I don't know how you call it, Imperial Palace, I guess, Topkapi.
Tower Corn 15 is 1 miles northeast 800 feet with Gulf to land.
I'm guessing this is Galata's stadium, since it's close to Galata Tower. I think that's Topkapi. This is the Galata Tower. I'm not sure which buildings are in the stock games, because I have a mod for it for Istanbul. These bridges do not look like anything like they should. Everything here is generated except for the palace and the mosques.
Enter left traffic runway 05 Corn 15.
Now I'm just hurrying to land because the game starts in 15 minutes. That's the tower in the distance, the airport tower. There are some mods for the newer Istanbul airport. I don't know why it's not in the stock game. Maybe because it's quite new. I think they opened it maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And now this Ataturk Airport is the secondary airport. It's still a very big airport, but Istanbul is a huge city and a big commercial and economic center, so I guess they needed an even bigger one. So now I'm going to perform a shitty landing, from what I remember, and probably in a separate video I'm going to fly just a short distance from Istanbul, probably in the 108, to do some sightseeing, just take a look at the mosques and the bridges. Spectacular, the city is spectacular. This is the shitty landing. I think there's also an airplane coming from in front of me, which, yeah, does not help, because I'm used to flying fighting flight sims. So this no collision is weird for me. I always expect to crash into things. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching.